Hey folks, this is a very quick video, which will probably end up being not very quick, about the strings that I use, and we'll move on to the double keyboard aspect of my dad's instrument later in a second. So very quickly, the strings that I use on my Hurdy Gurdys. This is a D Pajot Jeune in D. So the high chanter, start with the high chanter. Most people still use gut, plain gut for the high D. That's that one. Around 0.7 of a millimetre normally. But it turns out that somehow I found out about badminton racket string. Yeah, off of badminton rackets. And this is what I'm running at the moment, is this black high chanter. It's made by Yonex. The code for it is BG65, that's Bravo Golf 65, and this is the soft feel type of string. There are different types of feel. For hard feel, I think is the other one. This is the soft feel. Yonex, you know, you've heard of Yonex. They make tennis rackets, badminton rackets, and that's what this is. And it's unbreakable. Sounds pretty good to me. It's all right, isn't it? This is the second chanter, which is the normal plain gut, but I usually use, and sod's law, all my other Hurdy Gurdys use a different type of string, which is the Savarez Corelli Crystal Viola D String, and it plays D. It's the Viola D String, and I tend to switch between the medium gauge or the light gauge depending on the response of that particular instrument. Normally I'm using medium gauge Savarez Corelli Crystal Viola D. My bass drone, my putty board on, which is playing a normal D. The putty board on, so it's the D below the second chanter, which is a D below the first chanter. Is a Tomastic is the name of the firm. They're German or Austrian or something. Dominant is the name of the type of string, and it's a cello G. Again, they come in 3 different gauges. Try the light first, there's less tension, less likely to go bang. They're about 20 quid, you don't want it going bang too often. Plays a very nice D, very reliable, very stable, and unlike gut, it doesn't really go out of tune, hardly at all. I've taken my Hurdy Gurdys, especially ones my dad has made, out of their case months and months apart without having played them, and the strings are always in tune, which is really handy. Then again, to prove myself wrong, this is a gut low board on, the gross board on, which I tend to use tuned at G, the G below the putty board on, which is in D. Or sometimes I wind it right down to be the D below the putty board on, which gives a lovely thunderous low D. It sounds like this. If you are going to do that, you may need a couple of positions on your drone bridge. One for the normal D position, and then one for the normal G position, which is just on. And then because if you want to lower the tension down to the low D, you'll need a position that's slightly closer into the wheel to give the decent response to that. Trumpet string is a plain gut. 1mm, as is the mouche, which I tend to capo. Capo from G to A. Capo G mouche sounds really great, obviously, with the G gross board on. And then you can whack it up to the A to give you a really nice sound with the D drones. D and A's sound really pretty, especially in D major type sounding tunes. That's that one. Okay, moving on to the dad's double keyboard, where I'm running, this one's a CG instrument, I guess what you call it, where I'm running G melodies, would be the normal way, with an option for C or D on the trumpet. I don't like G trumpets, they're too high pitched, they're too fizzy sounding. I find it hard to get any oomph from them, so I tend not to use them. I've never used them. I just use C to D. On the trumpet. Again, string wise, it's a 1mm. I've got a C drone here, which again is a Tomastic Dominant cello G, playing a C. This is an F drone, which is Tomastic Dominant cello C, playing an F. And over this side we've got a normal putty bourdon, which is a Tomastic cello G, light gauge, playing a D. I've actually slightly capoed it up to take the tension out of it. Don't want them going bang, so I've capoed it to play the D. I could drop it down to the C, but I've got a C there ready to go. It means I don't need to. I used to have another trumpet here, which I never ever used. So I have to say I only use the one trumpet. And again, a cello C gross bourdon playing G currently. Okay, into the melodies then. We've got a Savarez Corelli Crystal Viola G, that's a light gauge, and a 1mm. In fact, in this case, it's a light gauge 1mm. It's a 0.94. It's the size, the gauge that the string dealer had. 0.94. Don't ask me why, but it's less than 1mm. So it's a light gauge 1mm. And then on the second keyboard, again, we've got a Viola G. The same Viola G light gauge that I've got for the low G string. And the second keyboard does the same thing. As you can hear, it's set slightly lighter in weight. There's less pressure on the wheel on that one. I'll show you for why. This double keyboard system, the tangents move in an arc, a slightly smaller arc than the actual line of the wheel. These tangents are pivoted at a point right down there, just above the axle line. So the arc within which they move is slightly smaller. So it means when you press hard, you get a slight increase in pressure. So I set it quite light to start with, so that I can lean on it if I want to. So obviously these tangents, rather like a nickel harper, exactly like a nickel harper, they come up through the slots of the normal standard keyboard. And then together with the other G melody, with a bit of drone. As you can hear, it's a bit of a balancing act under your fingers to try and keep the intonation good.